Orioles, Josh Hamilton, and Mike Scioscia's Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson, as we get set to bring you the finale of this 3-game set and the finale of this 6-game road trip. As you know, we started in L.A., where we played the Dodgers. We won 2 out of 3 there. We've lost the first 2 here. We lost the opener 8-4. That was Jared Weaver. Then last night, we had a 5-0 lead going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Our ace, Chris Sale, on the mound, and we lost it 6-5. They scored 6 times in the bottom of the 8th. But this afternoon, trying to get back on the right track with Jose Quintana.
Quintana's got to have a good ball game because we've got to return home 500. Maybe cut a game off the Tigers' lead, and last time out, Jose was absolutely brilliant. He threw the ball very well. He gave up 5 runs, but they were all unearned. And that brings us to the defense, which has not been particularly good. Last night it really cost us. In that game that Quintana threw, it also cost us. As you can see, the 5 runs but none earned with only a couple of walks and 5 strikeouts. So he was good enough to win, but unfortunately he did not.
And Paul Konerko's last game here at the Big A.
The last time he's going to look at a pitcher from 60 feet 6 inches in this ballpark. And over the course of his career, he's done a pretty good job against the Angels, especially here. With Paul back in the lineup and playing first base, the defense should be a whole lot better. There are the career numbers at Angels Stadium, 270 with 8 home runs. He's driven in 36 in 65 games. That's not too bad, and we could use a couple today. So let's go get him and come home 500.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way. Chicago White Sox baseball is brought to you by Miller Lite. Now back in this original can, it's Miller time. By Ford, proud sponsor of your Chicago White Sox. Check out America's best-selling brand at your local Ford store or online at localfordstores.com. And by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports.
Your home for the most live sports. It's another beautiful day in Anaheim. Gorgeous at the ballpark today, and one of the villains from yesterday is Mike Trout. He took an 86-mile-an-hour straight change. It was down and out of the strike zone, and for the second time in his career, he hit a grand slam homer. That was the blow that tied up the ball game. And for Chris Sale, that was a particularly frustrating pitch because he had thrown a lot of high fastballs right up in his eyes. He got it up as high as 96 miles an hour, and Trout kept on spoiling pitch after pitch. Finally, getting a pitch he could drive out of the yard. Robin realizes he's been around long enough, not necessarily as a manager, but certainly as a player and in that uniform, that This is a day-to-day game. What happened yesterday is irrelevant. You put it out of your mind. You come back today. The best you can do on this road trip is 500. That's if you beat C.J. Wilson today. And he's got just a man on the mound to do it in Jose Quintana. And there is a look at Jose, who's thrown the ball once again particularly well. Doesn't have a lot to show for it, but he's done a pretty nice job. And the White Sox against left-handed starters, and that's what Wilson is, are 9-8 this year. The Angels against left-handed starters are 14-10. And so both teams a little bit better when they use their right-hand hitting lineup than when they use their left-hand hitting lineup. And Paul Konerko is getting his final shot here. It's a good hitter's background. This park is much livelier in the daytime than it is at night, a lot like Dodger Stadium. You can take it out any part of the ballpark. It's not easy, but it's a lot easier at night with that marine layer that comes in and the dampness that comes in. It's a whole lot different. The ball has a tendency to die in the alleys. Not so now. This Angel team comes in at 4.5 games in back of Oakland. Oakland is absolutely obliterating Baltimore today. They're leading 10-0 that game in the bottom of the 5th at Baltimore. So from the Angel standpoint, they figure they've got to win to keep pace, and they're a game ahead of Seattle. Seattle in 3rd place in the AL West. The Sox come in having lost 2nd place. The Indians have moved a half game in front of them. The Sox 4.5 games in back of Detroit. And after today, we will board our charter. We'll fly back to Chicago and entertain the Detroit Tigers in 4 straight night games, head-to-head with one of the teams that they have to pass. Now the Indians also get into that column, but it's going to be a terrific series. There are seats available, and with these two teams where they are in the standings, somewhat surprising for a lot of people thinking that Detroit was going to pull away by this point. They haven't done that. Despite winning 2 games in a row, the Tigers against the Central are 12-9. Sox also a pretty good job against their own division. They're 14-11. So you see a road trip that started out very promising, taking 2 of 3 from a Los Angeles team that is a pretty good Dodger ball club, although they've been banged up, and they lost a couple more players last night. And Yasiel Puig, he went out of the lineup with a hip problem, and Dee Gordon, their fine second baseman and base stealer, he also left the lineup with a hip problem. So let's take a look at the Mazda White Sox lineup and how Robin Ventura is going to put them out there today. Adam Eaton leading off, and it's Gordon Beckham, Jose Abreu, Diane Viciedo, Alexi Ramirez at shortstop with Paul Konerko at first, Tyler Flowers behind the plate, Moises Sierra will take care of right field, and Leury Garcia gets a nod at third base today. The defense and how they'll line up behind C.J. Wilson, Josh Hamilton, Mike Trout, and Colin Cowgill in the outfield with David Freese, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and C.J. Cron at first. Chris Iannetta, who drove in a run with a base hit last night, is behind the plate, and C.J. Wilson on the hill. Wilson 6-5, his ERA a touch over 3.5 on for his 13th start. Opponent's hitting just .227, and that's pretty good. He actually is a 4-pitch pitcher. There's really no bias between that curveball and that slider. Depends on the day, but more times than not, a lot of scouts feel that the better of the 2 pitches is the curveball. He also has a pretty good straight change that he can make move either way, and if you listen to his description, he says he throws a splitter. Although you're hard-pressed to see it when he's actually out there. He's pretty much a fastball pitcher. The umpires for the game today. Jerry Davis, the crew chief, is behind the plate. Quinn Wolcott is at first. Greg Gibson is at second. And Phil Cuzzy is at third. So it's a little warmer than normal here at the ballpark, but the hitters certainly love that. And the offense has got to come to life. They thought they had enough last night when they scored the 5 runs. They had a little help from that Angel defense, but it proved not to be quite enough, as 6 in the 8th did the trick for the Angels. So they're throwing the ball around the infield, and that means we're ready to play baseball this lovely afternoon, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
Hi, Stevie. Thank you, and once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here over WGN Sports. So happy you could join us for the finale of this 3-game set and this 6-game road trip. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. As Adam Eaton gets set to lead it off against the 33-year-old southpaw C.J. Wilson. Wilson, 6'1", 210 pounds, out of Huntington Beach, California. So Eaton is set. And the first pitch of the ball game taken for a strike. And here at the Big A, 330 down the lines. 380 out there in left center, deep left center. 396 in center. 365 in short right center. That's fouled away very quickly. 0-2 the count.
Wilson is a deliberate worker. When he gets runners on base, he's going to take a whole lot of time and doesn't want to rush into anything. But he's always had pretty good stuff.
The 0-2 pitch. Checks it up. Sox come in hitting at 256 as a club with a 4.31 ERA. Sox 14-18 on the road, while we are 17-14 at home. It's all right. It's all right. One down. He gets a decent pitch. We might get it done with 2 strikes. I like the thinking on it. As here's Beckham. Gordon at 283, 4 homers. He's driven in 12. That fastball at 91, as Steve told you, he's not going to overpower you. But after he gets done with this, a little of this and a little of that, comes with that 91 upstairs. It's to the eye, which is the real guns. It's not the radar gun. It's the eye of the hitter. It looks a lot quicker. And that's low. Two and one to count to Gordon. Gordon 1 for 7 in the series and 1 for 7 lifetime off Wilson. Good rip. Got a good pitch to hit.
Wilson came up with the Texas Rangers and had some pretty good years for him, especially the last couple. He was 15-8 in 2010. He was 16-7 in 2011. Last year, his best year, 17-7.
And that pitch up and in. So full count.
That's what he's done for the course of his career. And he'll hang around for upwards of 120 pitches. He really hates when Scioscia takes him out before that.
Slowly hit. High bar. 2 down. So right now let's check out our picks to click. Tim Angio, our director of the crew, they went with Tyler. Steve's going with Canerco, and J.J. Shearer and I and all the good folks at Ditka's, we're going to go with Abreu. Try to get him out of this little funk that he's in.
Well, he's not going to see anything moving away from him today, so this should be the right man to get the job done, turning around Jose.
Takes first pitch strike. Well, if he was the only thing we had to worry about, we would be in great shape.
No, there's a few other aspects of the game that have to tighten up a touch.
Count evens. No, this young man is something special. Something special. Out and around it. High bar, the long peg. And they get him. Just to get him. That's beautiful play by Eric Ibar. And a 1-2-3 inning for Wilson.
His Angels, it's Howie Kendrick leading it off, and then it's Trout and Pujols at the top with Freese, Hamilton, and Crone in the middle, followed by Ibar, Iannetta, and Cowgill rounding it out. The defense, and how they'll line up behind Quintana, Viciedo, Eaton, and Sierra in the outfield, with Garcia, Ramirez, Beckham, and Canerco in the infield. Tyler Flowers gets a nod behind the plate, and Jose Quintana on the hill. Jose looking for his 4th win of the year. His ERA a fine 3.31 on for his 13th start. He threw pretty well last time out in Los Angeles, but couldn't win that ball game.
So here's Howie Kendrick, 30-year-old second baseman, hitting at 283. Takes first pitch strike. Angels come in hitting at 255. As I mentioned, our club hitting at 256. Angels with 3.95 ERA. They're 17 and 13 here at home, 16 and 15 on the road. 1-1 to count.
Kendrick hits the ball hard to right and right center field. He will pull a cutter if Jose gets it where he wants to, which is inside on the hands.
Well, he had a terrific at bat in the 8th inning last night, drilling that base hit to right field. That was one of the few that was hit hard outside of Trout's home run. And shanks that one. So the count 1-2.
Kendrick is a big part of their running game. However, Quintana can neutralize that. He's got a pretty good move to first base.
Curveball low. 2-2.
Over the last year or so, the Angels tried consistently to trade Kendrick. Now, the asking price was a middle-of-the-rotation starting pitcher. They couldn't get it. Kendrick has stayed here, and he's a big part of this offense and a good part of the defense.
So he walks the leadoff hitter. And we showed you our picks to click. Those brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. So he's 9 for 12 in the stolen base category. And here's Trout. We saw two of the great young stars in baseball last night battling it out in the 8th inning. The bases loaded. Irony of that is Chris threw that 3-2 changeup exactly where he wanted to, down and away. But Trout went out, got it, and the grand slam. Trout has faced Quintana 6 times, has 2 hits, 1 of which stayed in the park. Short lead. And that pitch off the plate.
Trout has grounded into 3 double plays. As you can see, over the last 8 games, he's averaged more than a run batted in per game and a robust .407. He's getting heated up at the right time for the Angels.
High, Sierra giving chase. He's there. So 1 out. And here's Pujols.
You had your choice today. Both healthy. Harper or Trout.
Boy, that's flip a coin. I would, if they're both extremely healthy. Trout's put up the best 2 years between the two of them. Harper's been injured. And because he's a left-handed hitter, I think I'd go with Harper.
But staying healthy has been a factor. Obviously, Trout has stayed healthy. Harper hasn't.
You know, either way you go, you win her.
Right. If you can get one of them, that's terrific.
Yeah, it's Trout's put the numbers up, but that's a big if Bryce can stay healthy on a continual basis. If you can't really clearly say that in your mind, then you'd have to go with Trout.
This Angel team runs pretty well, although they don't run all that often. 37 steals. They've been caught just 8 times.
I think anytime you can get 2 players of, so to speak, equal talent, and one's right-handed and one's left-handed. This is a left-handed game.
Yeah, it is that.
Always has been, always will be. They both can fly. They both can have big power. I mean, they can do everything.
Harper's got a better arm.
Yeah.
For a batting average, Trout will probably hit for a higher average eventually. But the big factor, and that is Trout has to show once and for all that he can stay healthy over the long haul.
Out and around that one. Thompson fouls. So it's 2-2.
Albert's been trying to pull just about everything. And if Jose can get him to roll over on anything, it's almost guaranteed double play. Albert has grounded into 9 of them. That leads his team in that department. He never was overly fast, but with all of the foot injuries that he's endured, he's a step and a half slower these days.
And there's a base hit. So the leadoff walk will stop at second. 1 out, 2 on here in the bottom of the first.
This one was out away from Albert. And he did exactly what Quintana wanted him to do, pull the outside pitch, only he got it high enough to get it over the head of Ramirez.
So here is David Freese at 231, a couple of homers. He's driven in 15. Starts him off with a changeup. It's not going to work. Falling behind, walk the leadoff hitter. And there's the strike. That one at 92.
A couple of years ago for St. Louis, Freese hit 293. And the Angels haven't had your prototypical third baseman since Troy Gloss. They'd like to think that Freese is that guy.
Tyler.
He spun around, couldn't locate the baseball. Kendrick might be a little unhappy with himself because he couldn't pick it up either. And because of that, he stayed right there.
Well, he made the right play if he couldn't pick it up.
No, if you can't pick up the baseball, if you don't know exactly where it is, you have to stay. And you see him, he started to go and then thought better of it.
Full count with 1 out, 2 on here in the bottom of the first. So already we have a big situation. Here they go. Montana wants to know where the pitch was.
Well, Tyler coming up, doing what he has to do, which is try to throw the baseball, might have obscured the vision of Jerry Davis. Because when you take a look at Xfinity pitch tracks, you'll see that that ball was a strike. Now, that being said, Tyler did the right thing in that you're not going to get Kendrick. He's the lead runner. He's got a pretty good jump. So you go after the trailer, in this case Pujols, because he won't get as good a jump and he's not near as fast, and that's where Tyler was going. He was going to go behind the plate to second base.
So here's Hamilton. Josh, at .391, 3 homers, he's driven in 8. He's faced Quintana 8 times, has a couple of hits. Had 3 hits last night, all 3 soft singles. Then he got the first base hit off Chris Sale by a left-handed hitter this year.
And the second. And this lineup's a whole lot better with Hamilton in it than it is when he's on the DL, where he spent a little over 7 weeks.
One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Sacks packed. Trouble a brewing here in the first inning.
But the base is loaded for Hamilton. Not all that great at 256.
He pops him up. So 2 down. Infield fly rule is called.
He got that fastball exactly where he wanted it. He wanted it up and in. He wanted to make it enticing enough, but out of the strike zone, so that Hamilton, thinking fly ball, would go after it. He went after it and didn't get any part of it. Popped it straight up.
I've never seen Josh Hamilton against us hit a decent fastball when thrown right underneath his hands.
I think it's pretty tough for just about anybody, but he's got a long swing.
That's why I've never seen him hit one. So here's Crone at 297. That's a rule that has become extinct, and it's been extinct now for the last 15 or 20 years against good hitters. When you sit in meetings before the game and you're talking about good hitters, they say throw it right underneath their hands. Unless you got a guy who's a renowned inside fastball hitter, which there are some.
But inside off the plate, if you can get them in swing mode, they're not going to hit that.
That's exactly right, Steve.
Throw it inside off the plate instead of inside for a strike. We've seen Miguel Cabrera make a good portion of his living inside on the plate, whether it's up or down. He just crushes it.
That's right. And you youngsters out there, aspiring pitchers, the statement you just heard is coming from a man with a lot of experience. When you talk about pitching inside, you're not necessarily talking about going in there for a strike.
This becomes a huge out in this ball game. And the reason why they kept Crone and sent down Green was because of his batting average with runners in scoring position. He's got big power, but Green had more flexibility to play all the outfield positions, every position in the infield. But he didn't play first base as well as Crone, and he wasn't as good in the clutch as Crone.
Count evens at 2.
There we see with runners in scoring position, 429, 11 runs batted in, 4 doubles. One of them blew open the first ball game. It was a 2-1 game until he doubled down the line, making it a 4-1 game, and then things fell apart from there.
He gone. He pitches out of it. But it was a good inning for the Angels anyway because he threw 29 pitches in that. But after one, no score.
WGNTV.com, sponsored by Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide insurance agent serving the area for 36 years. To join the nation, visit jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side.
Viciedo, Ramirez, Canerco here in the top of the second inning. A long, tough bottom of the first for Jose Quintana. But he strikes out Chrome to get out of it. First pitch strike. It's a Tank hitting at 256, 5 homers, 21 knocked in. Still looking for his first hit in this series. He's 0 for 9.
By today's standards, Wilson really is a workhorse. Last 4 seasons, 33, 34, 34, and 33 starts. Twice he led the league in starts.
Well, that in itself is warrants, I should say. That in itself warrants a nice contract.
He got one of those. He also has thrown 4 straight years of over 200 innings.
Yeah, you don't do that if you're not a good pitcher.
Nope.
Pretty good pitch right there. He didn't get it. Good pitch on fist. Fights it off. Right side souvenir.
Wilson has been in a couple of World Series and a couple of All-Star games. And last year, his record was better than it ever was when he was an All-Star.
Foul back, man, underneath Mark Gubazov. Former 20-game winner with Kansas City, now one of the fine broadcasters of the Angels, along with Victor Rojas, son of Cookie, who was a heck of a player and a great guy. Cookie Rojas.
Also a very good baseball man. Good baseball mind.
I believe it. Boy, that's bad luck for Tank right there. That's bad luck. A bullet deflected over to Ibar. Man.
Well, this could have done a whole lot of damage to Wilson, but he was able to get the glove on it, and the carom was absolutely perfect. Highbar's got a strong arm. He's only made 4 errors this year, and he's right there. Should have been a base hit. Instead, 1-6-3.
So here's Alexei. 3 for 8 in the series, hitting at .321, 7 homers and 36 driven in. He's had some success against Wilson. 7 for 18. And the count 2-0. That one foul. Top of the 8th inning down to St. Pete. No score. Mariners and Rays. And Felix Hernandez had a career high 15 strikeouts. That's popped up. Playable. And 2 down. And you can join us for our bike rally outing on Friday, June 13th, with specially priced tickets for all motorcycle enthusiasts. You can ride your motorcycle to the stadium, where free parking is provided to all motorcycles at the south end of parking lot A. Tickets start as low as $10, so purchase whitesox.com/bike. Here's Paulie. And Paulie making his last appearance today in uniform as a player.
There was a wonderful article about him this morning in the Los Angeles Times, and they talked about the accomplishments, what he's meant to the city of Chicago, what he's meant to the White Sox, and how he has carried himself over the course of his career. It was very well done, and there you see the numbers. He doesn't need too many more home runs to get into the all-time top 40. I think it's 6 or 7 more.
Telling my years with the White Sox, a lot of them. He's been one of my joys. Watched him come in and actually worried about him the first couple of seasons. Thought he was going to hurt himself.
Was that hard on himself?
Oh, I've seen guys as hard on themselves as Paulie, but I've never seen anybody harder on themselves than Paulie was. I mean, he took it to the extreme. I told Eris, my wife, I said, honey, I'm worried about that young man. There's the strike. And his maturation process has been one of my joys. Watch him grow into a terrific player, an individual, and have a terrific career with that uniform. The ball hit hard but foul. Full count. Boy, you and I have been so lucky to be privileged enough to be in this game as long as we have. See guys play their whole careers.
See some of the Hall of Famers, the great guys come, the great guys go, only to replaced by guys who were, in many instances, maybe a bit better.
Yeah. And there's ball 4. So we have our first base runner coming with 2 out here in the second inning. Yeah, the talent level that we are getting now, players coming into baseball, is just terrific. Young players coming in can do so many things.
Maybe the biggest difference now, however, is that the mark of greatness was always passing the test of time. I mean, being great for a long period of time, and now the money is so great, you wonder how long some of these wonderful young players will actually play the game.
Some will and some won't. It boils down to that. Some will take the money, so to speak, and to coin a phrase, some will take the money and run. Others will play harder. Some will not change a bit. They'll just be like they were. It's like a fingerprint. Now, I'm not saying these guys have better teams than we had. They don't. But individually, they're better. And I get a lot of text and emails from former peers of mine, teammates. Oh, how can you say these guys are better than we? Well, they haven't seen them every day over 50 years like I have. Bigger, stronger, faster. And why wouldn't they be? It's not like basketball and football have a dominance in that area. Baseball is right there. Bigger, faster, and stronger. Mike Sochi and I were talking before the game. He never had to face them like I never had to face guys in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning.
The likes of which they're bringing out now?
Exactly right.
Each guy throwing harder than the next?
Yep. You're getting 96, 97 in the 7th. You're getting 97, 98 in the 8th. And you're getting sometimes 98 to 101 in the 9th.
There's a guy that could get it up there whatever velocity you wanted for as long as the game went. Nolan Ryan.
I was going to tell a story last night about the 7th inning. About Ralph Garr. Tom Paciorek, my former partner, went Peru tells. Facing Nolan Ryan in this ballpark at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock start. And we'll get back to that as he strikes out. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd, no score. It'll be Ibar, Iannetta, and Cowgill, the lower third of their order. Ibar hitting at 283 for homers, 35 knocked in. That 35th coming last night, and that was the 6th and deciding run. He's a tough little customer. Always has been against us, and for the most part against everybody.
That base hit came from the left side, where he's hitting 33 points better than he is as a right-hand hitter.
Takes first pitch, strike. And the count 0-2. He gone.
Good change of speeds here after some high heat. Throws a low breaking ball. And Ibar has only walked 14 times in 231 at bats. Goes down on strikes. That being said, with low walks is low strikeouts. He's only fanned out 23 times in 60 games.
Iannetta, yeah, when a pitcher's going to learn that a lot of times if they're struggling a little bit, to go softer rather than try to go hard.
That's exactly what he just did.
I know,
and that's
I know. It's just the majority of them, when they get struggling a little bit, they just reach back, pedal to the metal, want to put another 6 inches on it. Oh yeah, we're talking about that Ralph Garr when they were facing Nolan Ryan in this ballpark at 6 o'clock when you couldn't see anything. He gone. Quickly, 2 out. And Whippy said that Garr he's leading off the ball game. He goes up there and he looks at 3 fastballs from Nolan Ryan. He comes back to the dugout. He looks at the guys and he says, "This ball game is over." First hitter of the game.
He could make you feel that way.
He said he was right.
Yeah, could make you feel that way.
So here's Colin Cowgill. I faced Nolan, I'll tell you. But when I faced him, he was just a baby. He couldn't get a curveball over him. But boy, could he throw hard. With good movement. There's the strike. Colin 0 for 3 in this series. And that's a fair ball. Look at the gun right there by Leary. Kept his foot on. And now Alfredo Griffin is going to say, come out and challenge it. And by the way he did it, you'd have to assume that he's probably going to be safe.
Well, Mike's taking a look over in that dugout till somebody sees a replay. Cowgill runs well, and after Leary picks it up, he's got to gun it across. Watch it from that angle.
And they're going to call him out. He's not going to challenge it. And we'll go to the third, no score. off here in the top of the third. He'll be followed by Leury Garcia, then back to the top of the order with Adam Eaton. Sierra at 260, a homer. He's driven in 4. First pitch strike. Parsons has faced Wilson 3 times, and he has 3 hits. Powerball, worth $250 million. Now, I know you're going to buy a ticket.
I will, and that could actually get you 1 seat at a Clippers game.
That's caught by Calgary. 1 out. Third baseman, number 28, Leury Garcia. So here is Leury hitting at 245 with a homer. First major league homer coming over the center field fence, Dodger Stadium.
What's very impressive is the fact that from the right side he actually has some pop. We didn't expect that kind of power from the left side, but was as a left-hand hitter that he hit it over the 395 mark at Dodger Stadium, which is a pretty good trick.
At night.
Yep.
Big difference in day and night up there as far as the carry of the ball. 1-0 the count. Slow hit, 3-hopper. Gets it.
Well, that's a very good play by Ibar. He knows the speed of Garcia, and he realized that he's got to come on the dead run, try to smother it, and transfer as quickly as possible before he got it there.
Very underrated shortstop. He's a good one, and has been for a long time. So here's Adam. Had 2 strikes, tried to bunt it, missed it. Well, 1 of 2 strikeouts by Wilson. Breaking ball and count 0-2. That'll do it. We'll go to the bottom of the third. No score.
First North State Street in downtown Chicago on Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Guests will receive a photograph and commemorative autograph card. Lucky fans 21 and over can enter for a chance to win a White Sox Miller Lite hoodie or hat and register for a chance to play softball at U.S. Cellular Field. It's brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer and official beer of your Chicago White Sox.
Top of the order here in the bottom of the third for the Halos. It'll be Kendrick, Trout, Pujols. Kendrick walked to lead off the bottom of the first. And now he is on again, this time with the second hit for the Halos. And here's Trout. He popped up to Sierra. Well, we have played 5 games, this being the 6th out here. We're playing the Dodgers and the Angels. And in the first 5, we drew over 200,000 people. 200, almost 205,000.
The Dodgers have been remarkable. They're averaging right around 46,000, and this ball club is 38,500.
38, 439.
So, I mean, they're both doing a great job of marketing their product. Of course, the weather helps. It's always beautiful, and it's been beautiful in these 6.
Short lead by Kendrick. One and one to count. Checking some other action for you. Top of the 5th down at Arlington, Cleveland, and Rangers tied at 1. That's out of play. Later on, Boston taking on the Tigers in Detroit. That's Lackey against Sanchez. Bottom of the 7th in Kansas City. 2-1 Royals leading the Yankees. Houston leading Minnesota 5-3. That game in the top of the 6th at Target Field. Another short lead. Final from Canada. Cardinals shut out the Blue Jays 5-0. Cincinnati beat the Phillies 4-1 at the Great American Ballpark.
The Phillies are really scuffling. 25-36.
Nice save right there by Leury. That had base hit written all over it. Big range by Garcia.
I think Trout felt he had a base hit when he left the batter's box. But Leury has other ideas. They get the easy force out at second. No thought of a double play. Not with Trout running. That could turn into a very big out.
You better believe it. So here is Pujols. Trout 6 for 6 in stolen bases. Boy, that speed you just can't beat. Side stolen bases, it equates to more range, and that was huge range right there to save that base hit.
Especially in this infield, because this infield is pretty quick. Dodger Stadium also in the daytime is very quick.
That strike evens account at 1.
Nice ceremony last night for Pujols in commemoration of home run number 500.
Ball and 2 strikes. Ball had good movement on it. Just a short lead by Trout.
Albert's numbers are pretty stout. 319 lifetime batting average. 507 home runs. Runs batted in over 1,500. Runs knocking at the door of 1,500. And hits, I don't think he'll get to 3,000, but it's pretty impressive.
And that's a souvenir left side. He's been something. Boy, he's been talk of the town for a long time.
He has indeed. Since I believe 2001. Might have been his first year with the Cardinals. He was Rookie of the Year, and it was his first year, 2001.
Has to dot that outside corner. That's well outside. He gone. Four strikeouts now for Quintana.
Threw that fastball in the outside corner. Perfect pitch. And he got him.
So here's Freeze. He drew a walk back in the first inning. No runs, no hits for our guys. No runs, 2 hits for their guys. He's 2 for 3 lifetime off Jose. And that evens the count. Roving reporter Jimmy Olsen says 3 pitchers have struck out 15 or more, allowing no runs and gotten no decision in the last 25 years. They are Nolan Ryan, Jake Peavy, and Felix Hernandez.
Well, Felix is having some year.
Yeah, he is. Thanks, that one. Yeah, those 15 strikeouts coming in 7 innings.
We talked about him, the fact that gone are the days where he has that 97, 98 mile an hour fastball, but it's replaced with great pitching smarts, the ability to change speeds, throw everything in the zone. And when you can do that, and you have a pretty good team, and he's got a pretty good team behind him this year, although Cano's not hitting home runs, he's playing a good solid second base. He's getting the job done.
Mixed in with a large dose of cunning and guile.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was talking with Mark Langston, one of the radio broadcasters for the Angels. Guy who led the league in strikeouts a couple of times. And he said when Felix pitched against them earlier, he said it was just little of this, little of that, poof, little of this, little of that, poof. Full count. Freeze.
55 pitches. That's with a very quick 1-2-3 second. But an extended first and a bit of an extended third here. 15 pitches so far.
The biggest pitching freak that I've ever seen, or almost anybody's ever seen. And there's ball 4. So that's the third walk issue. So 2 out, 2 on. That'll bring up Josh Hamilton. But the biggest pitching freak has been Nolan Ryan. 27 years he pitched. And he was still throwing upper 90s in his 27th year.
I was going to say, not one concession to the aging process. And that's absolutely remarkable. You see a lot of guys spend a lot of time in the league, but they might become 3 different pitchers in the course of their career.
Dan Plesac, what he spent 21, 22 years.
Something like that.
Great left-handed reliever. But Nolan Ryan, upper 90s when he was in his 27th year pitching. Hamilton popped up to Gordon Beckham. And that was a big pop-up because the bases were loaded with 1 out. Yeah, not a whole bunch of guys faced Steve Dalkowski and Nolan Ryan. I was one of the few to do it, and it was just unbelievable how hard Dalkowski threw.
Especially because he was a small man.
He wasn't much bigger than you.
No, he was, well, they said, of course, when I played I was 6'2", but now I'm down around around 5'9" and a quarter.
Gravity's got you.
Oh boy, yeah. But Dalkowski was about that size, 5'9", 5'9" and a half maybe.
Yeah, he was small, and I'll tell you, he was. And this is close, real close to comparable fastballs. Nolan Ryan on his best fastball. Steve Dalkowski on his fastball. Dalkowski was at least a foot quicker. He misplayed it. So it's 1-0.
We haven't seen Sierra misplay too many, but that time, I don't know if it was the crowd, the white shirts, the day game, whatever the case may be. He never broke on this ball, and when he finally did, the ball was by him. There's a fastball up in the zone. I think Tyler wants it a little higher than that, but Hamilton hits it right on the button, drives in his 9th run. And for Moises, couldn't get to the baseball. Don Cooper is coming out. They have a word.
So C.J. Cron struck out in the first inning. Pretty good pitch, didn't get it. Count evens. Right there. Ibar on deck. High pop up into left field. Hank is there, makes the catch. That'll retire the side, but they break the ice. They get on the board first. They lead at 1-0. Have dedicated Saturday, June 14th, as Father-Daughter Day with specially priced tickets for fathers and their daughters to enjoy a day at the ballpark. Now there will be a family activity at Gate 1 before a special pregame parade, so lower level tickets start at just $14. To purchase, visit whitesox.com/dad. Saturday, June 14th.
A few more Sox fans and a King fan. They won their second overtime game against the Rangers, going back to New York with a 2-0 lead.
First pitch strike to Beckham. Gordon grounded out to Eric Ibar. Outfield swung around to the right, about equidistant. And there's a good way to start. So you can cancel the post-game show. That's our first hit.
Number 79, Jose Abreu.
After a couple pitches in the zone, that slow rolling breaking ball does not fool Gordon. Stays right with it. Takes it just to the left of Ibar.
And here's Abreu. Gets into a double play. Too quick out.
The fielder, number 24, Diane Viciego.
That'll bring up Tank. Tank hit a bullet off the glove of Wilson that caromed right over the eyeball. He's had some good rips. It has not been able to square anything up. Now 0 for 10 in this series. One-two pitch. 1-3-0 for the Angels. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for our guys.
Trying to throw some high heat by him. Vicente was able to check his swing.
And a full count. Pass popped up right side. Cowgill. And that's a quick inning. They lead it 1-0.
WGNTV.com and click on the Game Zone banner for updated stats and information. The Game Zone is powered by St. Xavier University. Tradition and innovation, this is where they meet.
They got a 1-0 lead on us. It'll be Ibar, Iannetta, and Cowgill. First ball, when he pops it up. Leary, he's there. 1 pitch, 1 out. And Sox fans, join us on Friday, July 4th at 6:10 as our Sox take on the Mariners. Now the first 20,000 fans ages 21 and over will receive a White Sox tailgate flag presented by Miller Lite. Also enjoy our Independence Day celebrations and post-game fireworks presented by Miller Lite. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time. Miller Lite, the official beer of your Chicago White Sox.
Iannetta, originally drafted in the 4th round by the Rockies, will usually hit in the teens in home runs. One and two the count. To get Iannetta from the Rockies, they traded a starting pitcher, Tyler Chatwood, who has had some physical problems with the Rockies.
Leary. Boy, he is quick. Wow. And checking a few names down on the farm at Winston-Salem. Courtney Hawkins. 10 homers, 41 RBIs in 58 games. That'll work. Courtney, keep going. He's going to get better and better and better. He's strong. Chris Curley hitting at 300 down at Birmingham. There's first pitch strike for Colin Cowgill. Kevin Smith hitting at 314 down at Birmingham. And that's tough foul. Tyler Saladino, Charlotte having a good year, hitting .310, 6 homers, 28 knocked in. There's a shank, just out of the reach of Paulie.
Cracked bat almost ended the inning, but Cowgill has another life.
Right over the top. And that's a nice 1-2-3 inning. We're into the fifth, trailing 1-0. I can't hear you. Angel lead here at the top of the fifth. It'll be Ramirez, Canerco, Flowers for us to face the 33-year-old veteran southpaw, C.J. Wilson. Alexei fouled out to Crone at first base.
Outfield straight away, and Cowgill surprisingly deep in right field. He is way back there.
Curveball, good one. Location was bad, but it had some bite on it.
Wilson says occasionally he will throw a knuckleball. A few of the people who have scouted him say it's not one you can actually tell is a knuckleball.
Well, he probably overthrows it.
He might be looking ahead to 8 years down the road.
Some shelf life, huh?
Yeah. If you can throw that, you can be here forever.
Well, we've gone over that scenario many times.
Yep. Easy pitch on your arm, and when it's right, it's just unhittable.
Got him. Fourth strikeout for Wilson.
Good hard slider. That ball just biting low and in.
That'll bring up Pauly, who walked. We've only had 2 base runners in this game, the walk and the single by Beckham.
Wilson's by and large kept the ball in the ballpark. He's only given up 7 home runs in 84 innings. That's not too bad.
One and one the count to Konerko.
That's his career against our Sox. 3-3. ERA an even 3. That's good. 5 starts, 15 appearances overall. He started out as a pensman with the Texas Rangers.
That 92-mile-an-hour fastball right there. Taken for strike 2. The ball and 2 strikes. And a reminder, starting tomorrow, first of 4 with the Tigers. And we're going to have a nice homestand for you. 4 with them, 3 with Kansas City. Then an off day on the 16th, and then the 17th and 18th, 2 with Bruce Bochy's Giants. That ball hit into right field. They got a man there. 2 now.
Just got a text, and I want to mention that the Canine Sox Club is looking out in Scottsdale. Larry, Layla, and Sanders. Huge fans.
Well, nobody can accuse you of not being a dog lover.
No, and they are handsome dogs.
Well, I've got to say this, which I think is, great if you can afford it. My partner owned 2 of his pet dogs. Spent over $300,000 on medical bills.
Well, that's flying him to the best doctors around and all that kind of stuff.
Over $300,000. Yeah.
They're members of your family.
That's it. They are
absolute
no
members of your
about
family.
it. There's a strike. Tyler struck out his first trip, and he's 2-1 right here.
Yeah, since Larry got that good feeling about Aleer, renting those things for him, that's
He won't fly commercial now.
No.
I don't blame him. You know, you give them this, they'll take them out.
That's what happens.
Touch him up right here. No, could not pull the trigger on the inside corner. 5 strikeouts now. We're halfway home. We trail at 1-0. In the bottom of the 5th inning, they lead at 1-0. And on a sad note, sincere condolences go out to the family of Mike Whitman, huge Sox fan, who passed away today. His family was there, and our condolences and best wishes go out to you, Mike Whitman. Top of the order, Kendrick, Trout, Pujols. Kendrick has walked and he has singled. Has one of the 3 hits. Outfield swung around to the right. 2-2. And there's a base hit. A rolling breaking pitch. So for the 3rd time, he leads off an inning getting on base.
First game of the series, Kendrick had the day off, just a scheduled day off, and this lineup isn't near as good without him in it. So he waits back, gets a pretty decent pitch. That ball was down and in, but he's able to drop it into center field.
Yeah, when it's rolling, it doesn't make any difference where it is, up, down, middle. It can be, it's hittable. So here's Trout. He's popped to right and hit into a 5-4 fielder's choice. That was a terrific play by Leury Garcia at third base, taking a base hit away from Mike.
A tough first, a very tough third. And any way you look at it, it totals 80.
And got a chance to be a tough fifth with a leadoff man aboard.
Angel hitters with a runner first and nobody out have converted 45% of the time. Sox pitchers have given up runs 42% of the time, and league average at 39%. We think that would be a little higher.
He's not quick enough to get that one.
No. That was a rocket right by him.
So trouble brewing here in the bottom of the fifth. And that'll bring up Pujols with 2 on, nobody out. Albert 1 for 2, a single in the first inning, and he struck out in the third. Big gap out there in left center. Sox double play depth. Pretty good pitch, didn't get it.
This one could have gone either way. He had a small part of the zone.
Pops him up. Paulie. Somebody watch out, Tyler.
He's able to hold on to it. And that's Paul's play.
Yeah, it is all the way.
Tyler has got to give ground there. Now, Paul might have said, I don't know if he said take it or if he lost it. But in the all's well that ends well category, Tyler's able to hold on. Yeah, you just as soon your catcher get out of the way on that.
So we catch a break. And here's Freese. He's been in the play twice and walked twice. One ball, one strike, one out. This is a bad one for him. Good one for us to even the count at 2.
There might be a shot at Kendrick at second base. Gordon has crept over a little closer, and Kendrick has not shortened up his lead.
Close pitch, didn't get it. Full count.
Good idea.
That's a good play, even if it doesn't work. You got to put those things on. You got to get them thinking. That's all. You just can't let them freewheel, do anything they want to do out there.
Especially where one step could make a difference in a run.
There he goes. Sack it in. That'll load him up.
That's 3 walks for Freeze, and for some reason, as they cannot get the ball over to him. 4 walks overall. Our 4th drive of the game. Game in the 3rd inning. A double off the bat of Josh Hamilton. Not played particularly well by Moises Sierra. That's the only run driven into the ball game. Don might have been warning him that when you got Hamilton out in a big spot, you threw a fastball inside and jammed it. When he got his double, you threw it out over the plate, and he had a very good swing at it.
Yeah, he is an out over the plate hitter. And that's inside.
Very good speed at 2nd and 3rd.
Base hit. Here's the throw. Ball gets away. Now Hamilton's going to go into 2nd. And it's 3-0.
The 11 runs driven in by Hamilton, 3 today. Javi Guerra starts to loosen up in the pen. And you can see why the reemergence of Hamilton after 7.5 weeks on the disabled list has meant so much to this lineup.
So here's C.J. Cron. 0 for 2, a strikeout. Then a high pop up to left. Infield in. Takes ball 1. 3-6-0 for them. 0-1-1 for us. Here in the bottom of the 5th.
The aforementioned Javi Guerra. And it was an error charge on the last play. Only we did not hear specified who the error was charged to. Most likely Sierra, but they haven't made it official.
That's out of play. Well, it appeared Tyler had it in his glove and it was kicked out. A bit. Ducks on the pond, 1 down. And a 1-2 pitch. And there's a base hit. Now they're going to hold him. And a good thing they did. It was a perfect throw by Viciado, but it's a 4-0 ball game.
Well, he's going to try to score if that third base bag doesn't jump up and trip him.
I wish you had it.
You got to watch out because occasionally this will happen. Cron drives it through the left side, drives in his 15th run. And DiSarcina was waving Hamilton all the way. Good solid pickup and throw right on the button. And when that happened, Hamilton was face down, and that's going to be it. So he has to retreat to third. That's going to be it for Quintana. And as Guerra comes in, we'll step out and be back after these messages. And Guerra on for the 5th time. 5.79 ERA. It's a 4-0 game he's inheriting. There you look at the numbers. Opponent's hitting just 188. And he's got Angels at first and third. And only one out. Tough afternoon for Jose.
Yeah, he just didn't have as good control today. I'd like him to walk 4 guys. Made some mistakes, and that's what hitting in the major leagues is. You're not going to hit good pitching, good pitchers, good pitches. You got to hit the mistakes, and they did it. So 1 out, runners at the corners. Ibar, better left-handed hitter. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a foul out to Garcia at third. Scoring along with us, give us that error to Tyler Flowers. That's out of play. Nice catch by Fan in the upper deck. Barehand. That fastball at 94. Later on tonight, Red Sox taking on the Tigers at Comerica Park. That's Lackey against Sanchez. Annabelle 2-2, Lackey 6-4. One and 2 the count.
Good sharp breaking ball inside.
Bobby's got the stuff.
There's no doubt. 2011, he saved 21 games as a rookie. And he feels eventually he could get back to that point.
It's all going to be in location. He gone. Yeah. 2 down.
Ken Ibar thinking about that big slider low and in, and he threw a high fastball right by him. But for a guy that doesn't strike out very much, and Ibar doesn't, that's 2 times today.
That'll bring up their catcher, Chris Iannetta, who has struck out and grounded to third. Takes first pitch strike.
Looked like a straight change that he got up. But after taking a look at 94 with a wicked slider, you can occasionally get away with a pitch not placed well if it is substantially slower.
Well, if a pitcher couldn't get away with some mistakes,
he'd be in a jam.
Well, he'd have an ERA of 5 or 6.
And then some.
It still amazes me, how with the change, the culture change and the umpiring change, going from the balloons to the inside protectors, how the strike zones change. But it still amazes me to this day how guys can get high hangers and high changeups and take them.
Well, they do it a lot early in the count. They're not going to do it with 2 strikes too often, but early in the count, guys just don't want to swing at spinners.
I tell you what, I don't care what the count is. When you get a high change or a high hanger, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, manager tell you, I want you coming out of your shoes to get after that pitch. But the strike zone went down. They got used to taking them, and that's the way it is. He gone. Good job by Guerra. A couple of strikeouts, but they do some damage. Putting a 3 spot on the board, they lead at 4-0. lead here in the top of the 6th inning. For us, it'll be Sierra, the Yuri Garcia, back to the top of the order with Adam Eaton. We have just the one hit. That was the leadoff single by Beckham back in the 4th. Here's Moises. He lined out to his counterpart, Colin Cowgill, in right field. Takes ball 1. And the count evens at 1. Good rip underneath it.
Quintana went 4 1/3, gave up 4 runs on 7 hits. Walk 4, fan 4.
Two and 2 the count for Moises. Chopper to Hopper.
Third baseman.
So one out. Sox fans, Mullet Night is Friday, June 13th. So join in the pregame on-field parade and get music from your favorite hair bands and other mullet-inspired activities. Now, all fans are invited to stay for a post-game fireworks display presented by Great Clips. Great Clips, it's going to be great. So, WhiteSox.com or 866-SOX-GAME.
Next time we see the Minnesota Twins, we're going to see a new bat in their lineup. Kendrys Morales has signed a deal. They said it was 1 year for $12 million. However, they prorated. They could have easily said 2/3 of a year for 7.6 because that's what it is. But he's going to help him. He can hit.
Puts it on him. Right idea, just not in the right spot. So 2 down. Adam Eaton 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Takes a breaking ball off the plate. Tried a 2-strike bunt attempt in the first. He struck out on a curveball in the third. There's a strike. And another. 1 and 2. Houston leading Minnesota 10-5 in that ball game. And there's a little 4 hopper. That didn't take long. 1, 2, 3. It's 10 in a row retired by Wilson. trail at 4-0. Bottom of the 6th inning. So for them, Cowgill.
Played Pepper with Leary at third base a couple of times. He's pretty solid 4th outfielder. He's not going to really ever secure a starting spot, but he can run some, and he'll make contact.
Right back through the middle. He's 1 for 1 in stolen bases. Sox fans, pick up great seats to the game. Head to StubHub, where you can earn 2% back in fan rewards on every purchase, including White Sox tickets. Plus, with all-in pricing, there are no surprise fees at checkout. So StubHub, your tickets, your upgrades, and more. Howie Kendrick has walked. Twice he has singled. Once he has scored. He started off that 3-run 5th with a single. And once again, a reminder, make your plans to be with us tomorrow night, starting a 9-game, 10-day homestand. Nice homestand for you. Forward Detroit starting tomorrow. That'll be Hector Noesi against Rick Porcello. In fact, we're going to run Noesi, Danks, Rienzo, and Chris Sale out there. They're going to run Porcello, Verlander, Smiley, and Scherzer.
How about that Thursday night game? Scherzer and Sale go head to head. That's a pretty good matchup.
I imagine the K-Zone once again will be full.
And I can imagine that Chris wants to get back on the mound after what happened last evening.
There he goes. Run on. 1 out.
That's the toughest part about being a starting pitcher. And there are not many difficult things, because most guys who have good arms would just as soon start. But if you have a bad day or a disappointing day, and it wasn't a bad day, I mean, Chris shut him out for 7. Just a disappointing ending to that with the grand slam home run and the no decision. You can't wait to get back out there. And so I imagine that's going to be quite a performance on Thursday night.
So here's Trout. Takes it right there. At 97. Mike is 1 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. Boy, Mike Scioscia was really impressed with Chris Sale.
Can hardly blame him.
No, I mean, he was really impressed. He and I were talking before the game, and he said that guy is electric. He said you can see it from the side. A lot of times, little guys are good pitchers. But when you see what you see from the sidelines where he's sitting, he said you can tell when you watch the reaction of the hitters. He said he saw it.
Well, it's everything he's got, and then you factor in deception. With that delivery and where it comes from and how long he hides it because he throws across his body, the deception makes him appear a foot faster than he really is. But try as he could, and he tried everything. He reached back as far as he could go. Tried to get a face-high fastball by Trout, and he kept spoiling him, kept fouling him back.
There you go. That one at 97. Well, Scioscia was talking about, if you take another look at this gas right there, he said that's the best stuff they've seen all year. So here's Pujols. He's 1 for 3. Yeah, that was a great battle last night. Two of the best young talents in baseball, Sale and Trout. Fastball at 97. This guy right here you're looking at could be a sleeper, a real sleeper. And a great pickup possibly for this ball.
There's no doubt. Just locate the stuff, and now he's going to locate it via the intentional walk and take their shot at Freese, who has not made contact in 3 at-bats, but he's been on base 3 times.
Well, I'm sure David has probably faced him.
I would assume so, because of his years with St. Louis and Hobby's years with the Dodgers.
If you're just tuning in, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for them, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error for us. They've stranded 7. We've stranded 1. That evens the count. That curveball that hangs high.
There's a young fan who will eventually learn to keep that in the air. Not so much now.
The left-handed, he's got a chance.
It's true. He is indeed a left-hander. Just keep him pitching. Mike Trout shirt. And his very big cap.
2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 6th inning. For the runners. There they go. And that'll lower him up.
4 walks or frees.
That's amazing. So here's Hamilton, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. RBI double, 2-run single. Very quickly, the count 0-2. Fastball at 95. He gone. 4 strikeouts now for Guerra as he stands the bases loaded. We go to the 7th. We need 4 to tie. Official post-game headquarters of our White Sox, and appetizers are half off on our full menu from Gibson's Restaurant Group after every home game. And the two-story bar features 70 flat screen HD TVs. So Shy Sox Bar and Grill is located at the Gate 5 Plaza. As for Sil, Vasilios Pasas will take care of it. We better take care of our business right here, or we're going to get our behind swept.
It will then degenerate to a 2-4 road trip. For most of last night, it looked like the worst it could be would be a 3-3 trip, but that wasn't meant to be.
Well, that was a tough one last night, no question. But that did not bother me that much, really, is some of our losses. That to me right there, that's baseball. That was just baseball. They came back. We had a 5-0 lead with our ace on the mound. We had 2 of the best players in the game, young players, Sale and Trout going at one another. He fouled off a lot of pitches. All of a sudden, the 3-2 changeup exactly where he wanted to throw it. Trout went out and got it, hit it over the center field fence. There's a base hit by Beckham. So he has both our hits if you're just tuning in.
Designated hitter number 79, Jose
No,
Abreu.
that goes in the 60 category for me, because you're going to win 60, you're going to lose 60. That's what you do to those other 42. And I keep score on the 42. And right now, this year so far, my tally says we are 4-6 in those 42. And those being games that we have beat ourselves or games that have been given to us. But you can't get it. He is 0 for 2. Twice he has grounded to Ibarra short. But a disappointing game, sure, no question about it. You must have had, in all the starts you made, you must have had some starts out there where you had a nice, comfortable lead, and all of a sudden, poof, it was gone.
Yeah, but at that point, usually I was bemoaning the fact that my bullpen gave it up, because they weren't leaving me in.
Come on now. You never gave it up?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm saying, but I was usually out of the game by that point. You're talking about 115 pitches.
Well, yeah, but, there were some people criticizing Robin for not taking him out because of that, and because of what transpired earlier. You couldn't have got Chris Sale out of there with a backhoe.
I think if the same situation comes up next start or the start after or the start after that, Robin makes the exact same decision he made last night.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%.
Because that's the ace of your staff.
That's it. He's the man.
And you allow the ace of your staff to tell you if he believes he's got something left. And the fact that he had a pretty good changeup hit out of the park doesn't diminish that he had reached back to get 96 in the 8th inning. So he still had
He was
something
throwing
left.
harder in the 8th inning than he was at any point in the ball game.
Yes, he was.
But, and it's a big but, is that's taken for a ball upstairs. And the count 3-2. It got to a point there where he was trying to power through that inning.
Well, there's a difference between the 96 under duress late and a 94 early in the game when you have a lot of life and elasticity in your arm. You get late movement, the ball pops, and it's tough to really catch up to. But
no, I agree with Robin. There's a third time he's going to go, and the second time he's going to hit into a double play. So quickly 2 out. Yeah, when you got your ace out there and you got the fire in the belly like Chris Sale has, competitive he is, Robin made exactly the right move. Of course, our roving correspondent Jimmy Olsen doesn't think so after the fact.
I would believe at this point that Jimmy is not
Mr.
roving quite enough.
He is Mr. After the fact.
We need him to rove a little more. Correspondent is good. The roving is the key.
Here's Tank. He's 0 for 2. And he's 1 for 3. Rolling breaking ball. That's his first hit of the series.
Shortstop, number 10, Alexei Ramirez.
So here's Alexei. He's fouled out to first and struck out. Let's get a little something going with 2 out here. Let's get on the board. Let's peck away.
Sox bullpen up and going. Wilson will routinely go between 150 and 120 pitches.
Yeah, you get those aces out there in tight games like that, big situations. That's what. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. You know, I've talked with Greg Maddux about it, and we were talking about Pedro Martinez, and Greg even said so. It's a mindset. They get in a tight ball game like that. They want the best hitters up there. That's the way they feel. Give me the best you got up there. That's top foul. I remember one of the cutest things I ever saw, one of the funniest things, I guess, is a better way to put it. Jim Lomberg was pitching for us in Boston. It was a big game. It's a tight game, similar to the same we had situation last night. Dick Williams comes out to talk to him. He gets about 15 feet from the mound, and Lomberg looks at him and says, "What are you doing out here?" Williams just turned right around and went back to the dugout. And the long peg. So we get a couple of hits in that inning. Can't do anything with it. 7th inning stretch. Not good.
scoreboard and schedule. Daniel Webb has taken over on the hill. Quintana for 4 1/3. Guerra for an inning and 2/3, and now Webb comes in. He's 4-0. ERA just a tick above 2, on for the 22nd time. Opponent's hitting just 200. So his stuff has been at times overwhelming. His job is simple. Hold him there at 4, and hopefully the offense can come back at C.J. Wilson and their bullpen.
I tell you, Rick Hahn has picked up 2 guys that were formerly with the Dodgers who were getting to be mainstays. Boy, when we get Matt Lindstrom back, you take Belisario, and you take Harvey Gary has got some stuff out there.
He's got a good arm. Belisario has a terrific arm. That was never a problem for him. And the last 2 games he threw against the Dodgers, if he can just bottle that stuff with all the adrenaline, the incentive, and the desire to show his former club that they might have made a mistake letting him go, if he can be that guy out on the mound, he's going to save a lot of games.
Well, he's got the stones for it.
He's a big, strong guy, and he showed that he's got plenty in the tank late. 96, 97 with movement, and nobody could touch him in Los Angeles.
No, they had no chance. So here's Crone, 1 for 3 with an RBI. And that's foul straight back over our heads. Bottom of the 8th, as you just saw, Cleveland leading Texas 3-2. Breaking ball 0-2. There you go.
Shortstop, number 2, Aaron Ibar.
9 strikeouts for our guy. 4 by Quintana, 4 by Guerra, and an inning and 2/3. Now 1 by Webb. Here's Ibar. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts.
He reached back and got a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and Eric Ibar just unloaded on it.
Well, he was looking for it, got it. Big league hitters don't care how hard you throw if they're looking for it. So join White Sox Charities for the annual garage sale on June 21st at U.S. Cellular Field. Take home a piece of White Sox history, including game-used equipment, jerseys, hats, and much more. Entrance fee to the garage sale is free. Free, Steve. Free.
The garage sale
is free.
I could use a garage.
For more information, visit WhiteSoxCharities.org. Iannetta, he's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Ibar 4 for 7 and stolen bases. Throws that ball away. That's into the seats.
And it goes E1. That's the second error of the day for our Sox.
Well, that's one area that's a little disturbing. That's 52 now. Let's see. lately it has been climbing steadily at a consistent pace.
This has not been a well-defended West Coast trip.
No.
And no chance at all for Paul, who can really dig the ball well out of the dirt, but he can't go over the back of the base runner. So he had no chance for that.
One and one to count. There he goes. He gone.
Good solid throw by Tyler Flowers, and Ibar had no chance. And now he's 4 out of 8. So when you're running 500, that's not particularly good. Didn't get a great jump, and he was thrown out easily.
Two one. Outfield for the most part straight up. Bit of a gap out there in left center. Full count with 2 down. Top foul. Well, a couple of those Houston youngsters, Springer, he hit his 12th today. Singleton hit his 2nd since being called up.
They get some very good young players, and they got
more coming.
Some young pitchers coming up. They also signed their #1 draft pick, Brady Aikens, a left-hander out of San Diego, high school kid, for $6.5 million. First player picked in the country.
Yeah, they say he's something. He's got to be if he's first player picked in the country. Meanwhile, that is the riskiest draft pick you can make. High school pitcher #1.
It has proven to be that.
Yep. Here's Calgary. He's 1 for 3. Wow, that was about a 52-footer.
That's the 7th wild pitch of the year. That was as wild a pitch as you'll see. Wow. No chance for Tyler. Plus, he's got no place to go. And all Jerry Davis is hoping is that somehow it caroms off Tyler's body and doesn't get to him.
That's a Ryan Duran wild pitch there.
Ooh.
Ryan Duran, for you youngsters out there, was a very hard throwing right-hander who wore glasses that looked like the lenses were like an inch thick.
And always threw the first warm-up pitch way up on the screen.
Oh yeah. He just want to let the hitter on deck know that it was Ryan Duran out there. Three and 0 the count. Rocky Colavito was a tough guy. Played for the Tigers, Indians. Hit over 300 home runs in his career. Here's a strike. He told me the toughest thing he ever had to do in his career was hit against Ryan Duran in the shadows at Yankee Stadium. That's popped up, and that's playable. Paulie's going to make sure that Everybody hears him on that one, so that'll retire the side. We're into the 8th. We need 4 to tie.
Absolutely as tough as you would expect. Hamilton, a 2-run single in the 5th, an RBI double in the 3rd. It's a 4-0 game. Angels about hit our Sox 9-3, and the Sox are really the only 2 errors of this ball game. Start something special with great leases and low financing on a new Honda. Visit shophonda.com or your local Honda dealer.
Now, so far on this trip, we have committed 8 errors. And of course, 3 of them have been instrumental in 2 losses. So here's Paulie. Fouls that one. Souvenir right side. Paulie has walked and lined out hard to right field. And that's foul back. Made a good pitch on it. Got it in.
Joe Smith listening up in the bullpen. We saw him for an inning in the opener of this series on Friday night. He gave up a hit, but that was it.
And what could be his last at bat here. It's a big game. One down.
Catcher number 20.
That'll bring up Tyler. Flowers 0 for 2. Tyler, a couple strikeouts. 1 swinging, 1 called.
Only 1 walk to go with 6 strikeouts for C.J. Wilson.
Put it where it is. He just dominated us. Made some good pitches. And when he did make a mistake, we couldn't do anything with it. That makes for a good day.
Throwing a couple double play balls.
Oh, yeah. When he had to, he made some good pitches. Lays off that high one.
Belisario and Putnam throwing in the pen.
Three balls, two strikes to Flowers.
Either Belisario or Putnam have worked in this series. They both pitched the final two games of the Dodger series in Los Angeles.
And he lays off of it. He did not go. Lays off that 3-2 curveball. So the second walk issued by Wilson. And here's Sierra, who's lined out to right and grounded to Ibar at short.
Could very well be that that's going to be it for Wilson.
Well, you're not going to sneak up on him, Mike Scioscia.
Nope.
He will not. He's one of the best in the business. You're not going to sneak up on number 14. So, big round of applause, and deservedly so for C.J. Wilson. He departs, and we'll be back. Sports Services celebrating 12 years, so join the millions of subscribers. Watch every out-of-market game live in true HD on over 400 devices. Visit whitesox.com for details.
Joe Smith comes into the game, and he was a free agent from the Cleveland Indians. Got a 3-year contract. He's 2-0, the ERA. 292 on for the 26th time. He briefly took over as a closer as Mike Scioscia took Frieri down. But Joe Smith has been a very good setup man. He was just 5 for 9 in save opportunities. That's really not good enough if you're going to assume that role full time. So Frieri, who we saw last night, has reassumed the role of a closer, and Smith in his much more comfortable role as a setup man. Adrian Nieto pinch running, and Alejandro Diaz coming on to hit.
All right, boys, let's get a little something going here with 1 out. He hadn't had much luck against Smith. He's 0 for 5.
Which is unusual because Smith is usually very vulnerable to the left-handers. And with that in mind, Connor Gillespie in the on-deck circle. He's going to come on to pinch hit for Leury Garcia.
Well, Diaz's had a good series. He's 3 for 5 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Count evens at 1. Once again, a reminder, make your plans to be with us tomorrow night. First of 4 against the Tigers, and first of 9 on this nice homestand coming your way. 4 with Detroit, 3 with Kansas City, and 2 with San Francisco. Takes it up, and a count 2-1.
All 3 pitches have been essentially in the same spot. Smith hit Diaz and Nieto back-to-back in the 8th inning of the opening game of the series. They were both with sliders that he was trying to throw down and in, and hit them both on the leg. And as you can see, everything away. Last pitch, probably a mistake, was up a little higher than Smith might have wanted it, but it did even the count.
Yeah, he hit Diaz and Nieto back-to-back and almost hit Adam Eaton on the first pitch.
Same pitch.
Yeah.
Hit another one. Then decided that perhaps that slider was not going to behave on Friday night. Then Eaton hit a soft line drive and out of the inning, leaving the bases loaded.
Way outside. So a full count. Well, hit hard, but yanked foul.
That was the first pitch in the entire sequence, and that was the 7th pitch of the at-bat. The first pitch that Smith got inside. Fortunately for him and unfortunately for Alejandro, it was too far inside. And there you see where the 7th pitch was.
And that's a fair ball right down the line. Here's the throw. He's safe.
Cowgill
Now,
made it very close.
Freeze has looked over into the dugout saying, check it.
Third baseman, number 28.
Meanwhile, Ducks on the pond, 1 out.
This is a pretty big gamble when you're down by 4. That being said, I think that Alejandro thought he was going to make it easily, that one being yanked down the line, but Cowgill did a nice job. Accurate throw.
So here's Gillespie. High chopper. And everybody's going to be safe. We get on the board. It's a 4-1 game.
So for Connor, a pinch hit. He's 2 for 2 now in a pinch hitting role, and he drives in his 19th run. And that's going to bring Mike Butcher out to have a word, as the left-handers, as they generally do with Joe Smith, had a couple of good at-bats. Kevin Jepson throwing into pen. He's another guy we saw on Friday night. Gave up a couple of hits, but a scoreless 7th.
So we go to the top of the order with Adam Eaton. Adam's glad to see Wilson out of there. He was 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Don't stop now, boys. They came back last night. Let's come back today. Takes first pitch strike. Right on the outside edge, the outside corner. Call strike.
Sox have driven in runs with runners at first and third and 1 out 62% of the time, right at the league average. Angels pitchers have been pretty good.
There's a bullet right back through the middle. It's a 4-2 ball game with the tying runs aboard and still just 1 out.
RBI number 17 on the first hit of the day by Adam Eaton. And yet another left-hander takes advantage of Joe Smith.
So here's Gordon. He's 2 for 3 today, but he's 1 for 11 lifetime against Smith. Back him up. All right, we get on the board. We score 2. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, trailing 4-2.
Taken down for a pinch hitter. Alejandro Diaza, who came through with a pinch double. Checks in the game in left field. Connor Gillespie, who got a pinch hit, is at third base. And Adrian Nieto takes over behind the plate.
Four, 9-0 for them. 2, 6-2. A big 2 for us. It'll be the top of the order for the Halos. It'll be Kendrick, Trout, Pujols. Kendrick is 2 for 3, 2 singles, and a run scored. Softly hit. One pitch, 1 out. We got the heart of our order coming up. We can hold them right here. Of course, that is exactly the way Abner designed it. Man. Here's Trout. He's 1 for 4. It's amazing how he got everything almost. It's unbelievable. The base is exactly where they get you by a step.
That's the most amazing part of it, is that the speed has changed so much. The guys are faster these days, considerably so. And yet, if you're a shortstop and you field the ball cleanly, more times than not, you will get it there just about a step and a half ahead of the base runner.
Yeah.
And you did that when the game started, and you do it now.
And these guys are faster today. But the arms are better today.
True. There's Ernesto Frieri. Of course, he's going to come into this one, assuming it is a save situation, and he's been that in every game of the series.
That's high in the right field. Tank shading his eyes. Makes the catch. So that is 2 down. Here's Pujols. Albert, 1 for 3. Oh, and 1 the count. Like I say, right in front of him. Throws him out, so a nice inning for Webb. We'll go to the 9th. Abreu, Viciedo, Ramirez.
protect a 2-run lead. It's Ernesto Frieri. And as we've seen for a couple of days, he's mostly a fastball pitcher. He's 0-3, the ERA of 4.5. On for the 28th time, he is 9 of 11 in save opportunities. When opponent's batting .224, that's pretty good. Only 6 walks with 31 strikeouts. That's very good. John McDonald, who comes into just about every game late when the Angels have a lead, is on for the 3rd time in as many games.
Designated hitter number 79, Jose Abreu.
So here we go. Abreu, Dicieto, and Ramirez. Jose 0 for 3. 3 times he has grounded to short. Unfortunately, twice into double plays. We've hit into 3 double plays today. 4-2. Angels on top. Outfield slightly to the right. One pitch. Jose is in one of those funks now that he's had some pitches to hit that he can't believe he did not hit.
The last 2 strikes, usually he tattoos.
And he just missed that breaking ball. Hamilton now takes charge, makes the catch, and that is out number 1. Well, hitters go through that. You get in a streak sometimes where you see it good, you're seeing it good, you just swing and you don't hit it. I mean, you just can't believe how you missed it. Remember Johnny Blue Moon Oldham?
I do.
Johnny Blue Moon Oldham struck me out 3 consecutive times, and every time, and I swung on every pitch, and I just could not believe I'd missed it. Tank is 1 for 3, and he's 1 for 3 against Frieri. That ball hit hard. They're not going to catch that one. But he does get over to cut it off. Now here he goes. Here's the throw. He's going to be safe. So the tying run coming to the plate.
Shortstop, number 10, Alexei Ramirez.
There is only 1 hole in the game of Mike Trout. And you can certainly live with the fact that he doesn't have an overwhelming arm. Dicieto takes advantage of it.
Here's Alexei. He's 0 for 3 today, and he's 1 for 4 lifetime against Frieri. And that fastball at 95 fouled away. Come on, let's give him a finish right here.
With Frieri, for the most part, if he gets a slider over the plate, there's not much you can do about it because he's going to throw about 90% fastballs.
$17 doubles now for Dicieto. Had him done on deck. And the count 0-2 to Alexei. And another souvenir right side. And once again, a reminder, if you're just getting home, make your plans to be with us starting tomorrow. First of a 4-game set with the Tigers. We'll have 9 games on this homestand for you. 4 with them, 3 with Kansas City, and 2 with San Francisco. Breaking ball, not even close. Outfield spread out, straight up. Pitch. 2 down.
That went up and out of the zone. He just reached back after missing with the slider and went to his comfort pitch. The fastball throws it by him. And Adam Dunn coming out of pinch hit. Here's our Xfinity Speed replay, and it's the 2 home runs in this series. This on Friday night. A blast into the pen. And this last night over the center field wall.
And he has faced Frieri 2 times, 1 hit, and it was a homer.
That home run coming in the 9th inning Friday night with Gillespie aboard.
And they are not going to even chance it. Nieto on deck.
There's a lot of managers in this game that will not put the tying run aboard in the 9th inning.
Now, you show me a manager that won't put the tying run aboard in certain situations, and I'll show you a bad manager.
And that's not a bad manager you're looking at.
He's one of the best.
That is a real good manager.
You got to, just like being a player, you got to have stones. He's got stones as a manager. I mean, you know, he does what he thinks is right, and he is right most of the time. So here's Adrian.
Mike is now telling Crone at first base, move closer to the line and move back.
Tying runs aboard with 2 out, and that is taken high and wide.
Outfield back about as far as they can get. Trout 10 feet from the track. Same with Cowgill. Hamilton a bit closer in left field, but not much.
Nice and easy, Adrian. We don't need a 3-run homer from you. We need some good solid contact is what we need. And then take our chances. One and 2 the count. ball game is over. So we get swept as they win this one 4-2, and we'll be back.